With the Design Doodler, it's so easy to create multimedia embroidery designs, including fabric paints, markers, or pencil crayons. We use almost a paint by numbers approach where all we do is outline the very first stitch for all of the objects that we want to color in. And you can use any color for this, as you might want to use the outline color or match the color of the fabric, which will give you just the points that you want to color in. The idea is, once this is done, you're going to do this first color and then stop the machine, and while your item is still in the hoop, you're going to color in all of the areas, and then you will go back, put it on the machine, and finish all of the details. Once your outline stitch is done, then you can start to color in all of your objects. I'm using a green, and I'm just going to highlight all of the areas that I want a slightly darker green. So I'm going to use fabric markers and color in the area that I want in a lighter green using fabric markers, and then I'll put it back on the machine and fill it in with a darker green color, giving it depth and dimension using embroidery thread. It's very quick doing this technique. You really don't need a lot of experience. We're doodling at a set scale, and once you get used to this scale, you'll quickly start to realize how much spacing to put between all of your stitches that you're creating. You can set your stitch lengths on your design. If you don't like something that you've done, you can always undo and continue on in the process, and just make sure that you use the join to anchor point, where you'll always join at where you left off, and it will reduce any unnecessary jumps or trims in the design. Then I'm just going to use a darker red for my berries. It will automatically trim between points that are further apart. And after I have all of my loose blending put in, then I'm going to very quickly choose a black color, and I'm just going to do black outlines. I'm hiding all of the other colors so that I just see the black. I can turn those back on later on, and I'm just going to doodle around the outside, putting a couple of passes of thread. You don't have to be specific to the artwork. You can be off a little bit and just very creatively and easily doodle your stitches in place. Now we're almost finished doodling all of the black outlines in this design, and now we just have to look at it, put all of our colors back in place. So I'm just going to choose all the colors so I can see everything. Outlines are there. I'm going to save this to the file format on my machine, and then I'm going to run the first color and make sure that I stop the machine. I ran it in black, as all the outlines are going to be in black, and that way everything will just line up perfectly. Just using 3 colors, a little bit of brown in the stems, some green in the leaves, and then a little bit of red for the berries. And now that we've finished all the coloring with our fabric markers, we're going to put it back on the machine, and now it's doing all of the stitching in the dark green, creating depth within the design, minimizing the stitch count because the fabric markers have done most of the coverage area in that lighter color of green. Now once it finishes doing all of the green area, it'll change color, and it will do all of the details within the berries, and then the black outlines will be last around the entire design. This is a great technique for doing artistic merit and using multimedia within your embroidery designs. The Design Doodler, creating designs has never been easier.